some reason I think I could do all that. I'm going to stand because we'd have to move this one. Isn't it just me go to psu.edu/
Try that first.
Oh, there we go.
There it goes. It could just be my laptop just struggling.
Well, we're all struggling today. We have a case of the Mondays and after break. Oh, I know one more thing I wanted to look up before we start. The video last night. Somebody posted the thunderstorm video last night.
Oh, somebody texted me.
What's that?
I thought I saw somebody text me.
You had the somebody posted thundersnow video. This is it. This might be it.
Oh yeah, I didn't have time.
There.
Hi everybody who's tuning in on Zoom and YouTube. We'll get started momentarily.
Stop playing. How does this begin? Do I just start?
No, I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Haven't done it this way in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. All right, well, if you are ready to go, Marissa, then I suppose we should go on and get started. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the second in-person Ken Reeves Memorial Weather Briefing of the semester. Thanks also to those of you joining us on Zoom and on YouTube. I'm pleased to welcome no stranger to these briefings, no stranger to the department, our own Marisa Ferger, as this week's presenter. Marissa, I will let you take it away.
All right, thank you, Christopher. Welcome back, everybody. So it was nice to have a little bit of time off, but it's great to see people here because a year ago, we did not have people in these halls for until mid-February. So great to have everybody back and great to have a little bit of weather, although it's not super exciting. So this is the Ken Reeves Memorial Weather Briefing. As you've already heard many times this semester, Ken was no stranger to the department, a very good friend of ours, and still missed. He used to come to all these briefings very often when he was still alive. So, what do I have to do? Oh, I have to share a screen. That's fine. We haven't shared anything yet. Okay. So, and of course now that bar is covering up all of my links.
That arrow right
there. That arrow right there. Okay, good. All right. So before we start, let's look at what's happened over. Oh, it changed what I had. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. I tried to prepare and it did not like what I was going to show. So let's start out looking at the past before we look at the present. We will go since the first of the month. Sorry, I had all these on a link and then I switched computers and yeah, this is fun. The joys of doing things live. So we will start first by looking at percent of normal precipitation from the High Plains Regional Climate Center. They come up with all these wonderful maps. What's wrong? Oh, okay. There we go. Unfortunately, they must have been away for the holidays. We only have these available through the 22nd, but it's been a dry month for Pennsylvania, very dry. In fact, in extreme southeastern PA, and in the western half of the state, only teeny tiny little corner of northeastern PA has been above average, and it's hardly really anything from normal. That's from the first of the month. If we go back the last 90 days, which is almost the autumn season, we're coming up to the end of meteorological fall tomorrow, right? Is tomorrow the last day of November?
Yes.
Okay. So this shows, if you recall, we had some wet days. I think it was mostly October, but wet in most of the state with the few patchy places in western Pennsylvania. So the autumn season, I don't think will go down as a dry one. Now, as far as temperature is concerned, we'll go over the last 90 days. It's been warm, above average temperatures, but in the last month, since the first of this month through the 22nd, slightly cooler than average. So a little bit of a change. Now, before we talk about the forecast, let's go over for December stats for State College. Oopsie, this is not my computer, you can tell. So the average high in State College for December 1st is 43. The average low is 29. By the time we get to the end of the month, that average high drops down to 35 and the low down to 21. We haven't had a ton of nights where we've been at or below average, at least in the last month or two. So it's been pretty warm at night. As far as sunrise and sunset, sunrise on Wednesday will be at 7:16, the sunset at 4:44, and the 4:44 is not far from our latest sunset. According to the app on my phone, which goes by GPS, the earliest sunset is December 6th through the 10th. And that's at 4:43 p.m. So by the time we get to the end of the month, we've actually seen 10 minutes of increased sunset time, so 4:53, but that sunrise continues to get later until we get to early January. January 2nd through 6th is when we see the latest sunrise. So we'll be noticing it in the evenings, not necessarily in the mornings. As far as record temps for the month of December in State College go, according to the State Climate Office website, record high of 71 is the monthly high, December 7th, 1998, and we got down to 13 below on December 30th of December. In 1917, if I can speak, I totally have a case of the Mondays as well. Some more December stats. Average precipitation in liquid, it's about 2.65 inches, and our snow is just under 8 inches. What do we have for this morning's snow total, Bill?
110.
What'd you say?
Oh, you mean total to date?
No, what was this, like today's?
A 10.
A 10th, so we're at 0.6 for the last 2
7.
days? 0.7.
Well, yeah, 0.6 for 2 days, 0.7.
0.7 for the month, okay. I saw yesterday we had a half an inch. That was that's our most so far this year. It's very exciting, very exciting. And then as far as record precipitation, December 11th, 92, they had 2.05. Was that the big storm?
Yes.
Because that was the big storm on Long Island where we had a ton of flooding. That was a great storm. And then looks like the monthly record precip is about 6.5 inches in 1901. And 1890, they had 32.6 inches of snow. We'd love that. Sadly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Pretty boring weather pattern in store for us here. We're going. It's slow. Sorry. It's like me. It's slow. Here is today's current surface map. High pressure down here in the Mississippi Valley. We, of course, have that northwesterly flow, stratocumulus, some flakes in the air. That cold front did move through last night. There's another system here in the upper Midwest that'll be sneaking through early tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But a fast-moving flow these days. Now, this is a surface map. I guess I just have to keep talking despite the delay here. I'm going up to 300 millibars just to show you what's been going on in this persistent pattern that we've had. You didn't miss much while you were away. It's cloudy. It's actually chilly at times. But over the past week or so, we've seen this trough building over the east. Look through that again. And a ridge building out west. So that looks like it's going to be the case as we go into the coming days. Actually, chance for some record warmth out west. Before I show you that, I want to talk about yesterday. We had that cold front sweep through last night, brought a nice band of snow through the region. Dan Tomaso, one of our graduates, former president of Campus Weather, I think. He works down in Harrisburg and Juniata County. They had thunder snow, so this was one of his viewers. sent him that. I mean, that was a great band that went through last night. It was really impressive. I also saw when this band was in Western Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, they had some thunder snow reported as well. Here's an image of that band as it came through Central Pennsylvania. This is east of State College. One of these people wrote to him that, yeah, so I guess Seven Mountains actually closed last night. So students had some problems getting back if they were coming back at the late hour. But Seven Mountains is never a fun road to be on if you are traveling during snow. Same with I-80. I-80 is not pleasant either. So getting back to the surface here, this is going back 24 hours. Here comes that front marching through. And there was a secondary front, looks like, that popped through. And now we're in this little boring wedge. Before we look at models, I'll just show you what the WPC is. Many, you've seen these before. I love this page just for giving you an overview of what's happening. So this is this afternoon. We have some lake effect. Ooh, this is just moving all over the place. And then we have this next clipper zipping on through tomorrow. So I think the issue with tomorrow, I don't think we'll have a lot as far as accumulation is concerned. It's just terrible timing. The impacts on the morning commute, I think, are going to be the issue tomorrow. But that exits quickly by tomorrow afternoon. And then yet another system digs through on Thursday, but it could be warm enough that it could just be rain, and then yet another system moving in over the weekend. So some very quick hitting things. The nice thing about the WPC is that they have these things at the top. You can click on the hazard for excessive rainfall, heavy snowfall and ice. Obviously, we're not going to have to, I didn't even click on that. Hello. It opened a new tab. This is magical. I don't think we need to click on heavy snow because I don't think we're going to be seeing much in the way of the probability of greater than 4 inches here. But this is a nice website. Well, I guess northwestern Pennsylvania with the, I forget about our lake effect friends. But you can scroll through here and it gives you the probability. You can see the legend on the left with the probability of greater than 4. This is actually greater than 1 inch, but you can also change it to be greater than 4 inches. Clicks for me. So let's see for our friends in northwestern Pennsylvania. Yeah, very low chance. So yeah. But the WPC site just has so much really wonderful information. There's a medium range hazard forecast. It's a little boring today. Shows a lot of drought. Nothing here much here in the east except for extreme western Maine. But and then if you click on the little blob, it tells you what that is. There's a chance for heavy precip tomorrow into Wednesday there in northern Washington state. So this is just a treasure trove of a website. The other thing I like, if you go to forecast tools, with this setup with that ridge out to the west, there is a chance for some record high temperatures this week. And this, I think, does a really nice job of displaying that. This is all the places that right now with the Weather Service forecasts show where there could be record high temps. And you just click on the number. You can see in Williston, which I think is in North Dakota. The forecast is for 52 and their record is 52. That was set in 1969 and their records go back to 1894. So again, this is just one of those websites that I absolutely love. Not only do they show you record high and low, but they show you the record. This would be for warm low temperatures or high low temperatures if you want to get confusing. But yeah, if you look up in Montana, it's going to be, they're going to have some very warm nights in store in the coming days, and then moving into the northern plains by Thursday. Of course, for us, boring, nothing really happening here. And then when you go to this website and you look at the departure from the max, they show maximum and minimum temperatures, the highs and lows, but then they also plot it, comparing it to normal. So here's the 12Z run for today, and the numbers show you the high temperature. So here it's giving us a high of 38, but if you see that the green is plotted there, that's showing a few degrees below average for this time of year. But if you look in the central plains where you see temps in the upper 60s to to low 70s, you're getting way up there with temps way above average. And go to tomorrow morning and you see the warmer air trying to encroach on Pennsylvania, trying, struggling. By Thursday, it looks like we will finally get there. But this is just one of those nice sites to put things into perspective. But it looks like warm air is going to dominate. Well, why is that? Why is this happening? So let's go to the GFS so we can go out for a longer period, the 0Z GFS. I'm doing the 4 panels so we can look at what's going on in upper levels of the atmosphere as well as here at the surface. And we've already talked about this ridge out west and this trough in the east. And this is the northern branch of the jet stream. The southern branch of the jet stream is pretty much not involved in our weather right now. And as my illustrious colleagues talked about this morning in a meeting that we had, that is a really good signature of La Nina. And as we've all heard, La Nina is ever so present in the Pacific and is impacting our weather. And I'm just scrolling here, looking essentially at the 2 left panels here, just to show you that as far as the upper levels are concerned, there's not a huge change by the end of the week, except for the fact that that trough starts to lift north. So we see, another wave move through here Wednesday into Thursday. By the time we get to Friday, we almost see a west to east flow, just a little. It's still a little bit northwesterly to southeasterly, but that does show why our temperatures are going to relax a bit as we get towards Thursday and into Friday. Now let's look at those combined with these 2 middle panels. And you can see again, fast flow. Another system sneaks through to early tomorrow morning, not bringing a lot of precipitation. Oops, we got stuck again. We got stuck. Click the number. Oh, geez, I'm learning a lot about whatever thing I'm using here. And then yet another system dives down as we go into Wednesday night, Thursday. And depending on what model you look at and the timing of this, that WPC map we saw showed mostly rain. I think northern Pennsylvania could see snow mix, maybe even here, depending if it's an overnight thing or if it's a daytime thing. But it looks like by the time we get to Thursday, that zips out and we finally start to see a bit of a warm up. But really no exciting weather. Even this weekend, this next system comes in and it looks warm. Really uneventful pattern that we're in right now. It was exciting though. It's funny for those of us who love snow, how exciting just a half an inch of snow was this weekend. To wake up yesterday morning to a half an inch of snow on the ground was thrilling. And it's so sad to say that. My nieces were visiting from Northern Virginia and they actually attempted to go sledding and the sled didn't work. So they went just in their clothes and got really muddy and it was fun. But why not? I apologize that there's really not much else to show. It's really an uneventful, unexciting thing. Maybe this weekend we could get enough cold air intrusion into early next week, but I'm not holding out hope because I don't feel like we've had anything super exciting going on. Now, this is just the GFS, obviously. The other thing I like to look at, especially for the overnight thing tonight, here on the E-wall is there's an SREF panel, and I like this one. Go to 9Z, we got a 3-hour precip. And this gives you probability maps, and it's helpful when you're forecasting. Scroll through here. This panel shows you just the probability of measurable precip within a 3-hour period. This is 1/4 of an inch, half inch, and I think this bottom was an inch plus. So you can tell even from this, it's really not, we're not getting even 1/4 of an inch of liquid. So really not much to write about as we go into this thing tomorrow, but we can also go to precip type, and upper left shows you probability of it being snow, probability of it being rain. And this would be ice pellets on the bottom left and then freezing rain on the bottom right. Don't think we have to worry about either of the bottom panels, but for tomorrow, you can see at 15Z, bigger. It looks like, it's going to be in the form of flakes. No surprise because of the chill that we're locked in. But again, a quick mover. And then if you go to the 12-hour snow, it shows you the probability of accumulating snow, the upper panel being 1 inch, 4 inch plus, and then 8 inch plus. And I think that's 12 inch plus. Yes. Obviously, I think it's just going to be the upper left panel that we're going to be seeing here. Yeah. So even the likelihood of a 1 inch plus on this from the SRF is really not very exciting for those of us snow lovers. And yeah, this goes out 87 hours. So by the time we get to 0Z on the 3rd, which is what, Thursday night, Thursday evening, really not much. And I apologize to those of you who love snow because there's not much to talk about. The one thing I did not look at, because I haven't had time yet this morning, go to the Weather Service to see what they have to say with their winter precipitation maps for this ding dong that's coming. There are technical terms for clippers or ding dongs. The ding dong comes through tonight or tomorrow morning, I guess. And will we get there? That's the question. Let's try. Curious what our friends at Innovation Park are saying. Thank you. I'll give you my feedback another time. Go to winter weather. We have some nice maps here. Let's see. This is through. Oh, this only goes through 7 a.m. tomorrow. So this is just dealing with the lake effect today. So that's all we have there. Does anybody have any questions? I wish this was more exciting and it had.
And those of you on Zoom and YouTube are also welcome to send in questions. I'm keeping an eye on those off screen. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop those in the Zoom chat or the YouTube chat and I'll relay it.
Phil, do you have any questions? You're a very kind soul. So you said we have 0.7 inches so far this year.
We do.
This season, I should say.
What do you think the odds of us doubling that or better tomorrow?
Ooh, double. So getting another 0.7. I think it's doable.
That's an over-under.
I mean, I'm a pessimist when it comes to snow because I want it. So do I think we're going to get 0.7 inches? No. The only reason I think we get it is because it would mess up everybody's morning because of the timing. Again, that's my pessimistic outlook. This has nothing to do with science. But these models I feel like they're all shying away from, like yesterday when I was looking, it looked like it could have been 1 to 2 inches. And now I just feel like it's zipping through much faster. But you know what? I'll take flakes anytime this year, this time of year. And for those of you who haven't been downtown yet, I highly recommend going to Fraser Street and looking at the lights to the music. It's about 10 minutes long and it's very festive and fun. That would be a fun thing to do when it's snowing. I don't know if any of you have seen that yet, but it's every evening. I don't know if it starts at 5 or 6, but it goes, I think, until 10, they'll say it, and it runs through January 2nd. But if you need to get into some festive spirit, I highly recommend it. And everybody celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. That began last night.
All right, well, I am not seeing any questions online. Final call for questions from the room. All right, thank you very much, Marisa.
We have one more of these?
Yes, there is
Only
one more of
more.
these, but this will be my last weather briefing that I host as Campus Weather Service President.
Wow.
Because I will be out of town next week on a job interview.
Oh, yay.
So our Vice President, Tyler Danzig, has agreed to step in and host the final weather briefing of the semester. Make sure y'all don't miss it. It will be on Zoom, same time next week at 10:15 a.m. And I look forward to seeing all of you
We
there.
have a person?
Oh, we do have a person.
Oh.
We do have a person. I've forgotten who that.
Oh, that's
person
okay.
is.
We love whoever it is,
I-
and we
I should-
appreciate them doing it.
I should look so I can advertise.
Okay. Well, you will.
Let's see.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Uh,
Look, we matched.
We do match.
coordinated
We do
today.
match.
We coordinated.
Let's see. Wrong folder.
They'll get exciting weather to talk about.
It's NWS Phoenix meteorologist
Ah.
Marvin Precip
That's cool.
will be joining us from WFO Phoenix next
We'll be
week.
early in the morning there, so very kind of
It
them.
will be very early in the morning there. So do be sure to join us next week. Tyler will be hosting. That'll be on Zoom. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you. What do I hit to stop things? Or do you hit it over there? Thank you, everyone.